All right. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Game Pulse Pod. I am your host, Reid Kelly, along with my co host, Chad Harris. Chad, say hi.
And we back.
We are back. A lot of things going on, as always, in the sports world. Big, big series in the Western Conference Finals. Not as big of a series in the Eastern Conference Finals. We'll get into a little bit of those series. We're going to talk a little college football, specifically the Big 12 and the SEC. We'll talk through how we think the top 4 or 5 teams maybe shake out in those conferences. And then we'll end talking some NFL stuff, free agency, maybe a little other things that come around. But without further ado, let's get into it. NBA playoffs. Let's start with the boring series first. Yeah, we'll do Cavs, Knicks. Knicks are up 3-0 at the time of us recording this. The Cavs had a chance to steal game 1 up over 20 points with like 7 minutes left. Completely collapsed. It was so crazy. They completely collapsed. And I think everybody kind of knew once that happened, it was like they needed that game 1. And then maybe things would have been different. Yeah, and I forgot what my prediction was for this series. I think I might have said Knicks in 6. I forgot what you said. You might have said 5. I think
I said. I think I said it could be a sweep, but I think I said 5.
Yeah. So it's looking like a sweep. I don't see how the Cavs even make it a series, even win 2 games in a row. I think whenever this next game is, I don't know if it's tonight or tomorrow, but it'll be Knicks going to the finals for the first time in forever. Any thoughts on this series? It's been horrendous.
I think everyone's on the same page with this series. I think we all knew it was over after that first game, and after that, I mean, it hasn't been competitive at all, and I don't see this next game being competitive either.
Jalen Brunson is popping off. And honestly, like, I keep thinking, like, I know things were so different back when he was a free agent, but like, if you kept Jalen Brunson and Luka on the Mavs, that would have been insane. I have this.
I think a lot of people forget he was on the Mavs.
Yeah, and they were still young. I think if they kept those two, the Mavs would have looked a lot different. Now you obviously wouldn't have Cooper Flag at this point.
Yeah.
Kyrie, obviously. I could see a world where Luka's contract, he doesn't re-sign with the Lakers. I don't know how much longer his contract is, and he goes back to the Mavericks. I could see it.
Think he does?
Yeah, I could see it. New everything, like new GM, new coaches coming. Jason Kidd got fired, or not fired. He resigned, or they're moving in a new direction.
Yeah.
So I could see it. New owners as well. But I can't remember if the new owners were part of like the Luka trade, and I think they might have been. But it was what's his name? Nico.
Is today.
Okay, so tonight. So we'll probably know if the Knicks are going to be in the finals, which is going to be crazy. I think New York's going to go crazy. We always send those like videos of everybody outside of Madison Square Garden going insane. But Jalen Brunson's been playing like an all-NBA player.
Yep.
And I think he is. I don't know. I didn't even see if he was on an all-NBA team. I didn't check because all-NBA teams just came out. First, second, and third. If you could like look that up and we can go through that too. But Mikal Bridges playing really well. Josh Hart also playing really well. I mean, all of these guys, there hasn't been a time where I'm like, oh, you guys are playing like shit besides the first 3 quarters of game 1. But they also came off of a long layoff. So it's been good. I mean, I can't say the same thing about the Cavs. I think it is what it is when you think about a team with James Harden. You know?
He's not. What? This is bad. He's not on here at all. They have Jamal Murray's an all-NBA third team.
Yeah, I mean, Jamal Murray played really well. I don't. That's crazy. I would have thought he would have been third team at least. Who's first team?
Jalen Brunson, All NBA second team.
Second team. Okay.
Second
Yeah,
team.
that makes sense. Who is the
Yeah.
first team like point guard?
Jokic, Doncic, Shea, then
Shea. Yeah.
Cade and Victor.
Jalen Brunson over Cade, or Cade over Jalen Brunson. I mean, Cade played really
I'm
well.
I mean, he
Would you
did,
take
but
would you take Caleb Brunson? Caleb Brunson.
yeah,
Would you take Jalen Brunson over Cade Cunningham right now?
I think so. I think Jalen Brunson's just on another level right now.
Yeah, I would too. So not much to say about the Cavs. I mean, James Harden is just, I don't know why these teams want him so bad all the time. Like, he's old now. He can't play defense. He can't really drive anymore. And it affects the team. I think they would have done I think the Cavs would have still been in this situation if they still had Darius Garland.
Yeah, I do too.
So anyways, not much to say about that. I think we both know that
that
the
one's
Knicks
over.
are probably going to sweep.
Yeah.
They'll be in the finals. It's going to be crazy
It's
against
gonna be
one
fun
of
to
these
watch.
two teams. Yeah, against one of these two teams that we're talking about in the Western Conference Finals. Oklahoma City, Spurs tied 2-2.
Fantastic series.
Yeah. It's almost like watching this series compared to the Eastern Conference Finals, it's like two different sports. You're like
100%.
like watching the Spurs and the Thunder play, although the amount of times like you see the Thunder just flopping and flailing around, it's getting really, really annoying to where I'm like, I can't even watch this. And
no,
you would think that like Adam Silver would talk to the refs and be like, they do this. And do you remember that time where it was like a couple years ago where the NBA like implemented a new rule where they were like, okay, if you're like pump faking a shot and the dude jumps and you like jump into him and shoot the ball, that unnatural motion, we're not going to call it.
It shouldn't be called. Yeah, it's not a natural shooting motion.
Yeah, and it was like that 2 weeks where they did that and then they just stopped doing it. So now you're seeing SGA do it the whole time. I don't understand it. Back to the series. It's been amazing, and I think it's going to go 7. Wembanyama is just so good. We say this all the time.
In a previous podcast, I think he's the best player in playoffs.
Yeah, and I mean, it seems like he is. Let's check out the stats here. So he's averaging 30.3 points in these 4 games, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Castle 17, Vassell 17, De'Aaron Fox 13. He didn't play game 1 or 2, I think. Dylan Harper's been playing super well. Which for a rookie, like it begs a question. I mean, think about the first round of the NBA draft this year where you had Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper, VJ Edgecombe, and Khan. Those are like really good players.
Great players, yeah.
So here's my question to you, because you know who I would pick.
Yeah.
Dylan Harper or Con Knueppel?
We going off how they played the last half?
Just straight up.
Games?
Who would you have on your franchise? Who would you have on the Suns?
Probably Con. And I don't want to say it because it's going to make you happy. But, I mean, his pure shooting it's nuts. He's fantastic. I mean, but I will say, though, with Dylan Harper is he's a great key. Like, he's a piece player. And he fits in really, really well with the Spurs.
Yeah. I mean, I can't be mad if somebody, like, I wouldn't be like, that's insane if somebody picked Dylan Harper, because I think he's also going to be really good. Like, I think those 3 players and VJ, I mean, I think they'll probably all be all-stars at some point.
Yeah.
All NBA at some point. And we'll see. I mean, Dylan Harper's kind of in the best situation with the Spurs. I think we all know how good of an organization they are, especially at developing players. But we'll have to see over the next couple of years. I mean, I think it's going to be really interesting. And, I think Con should have won Rookie of the Year. What?
Dylan Harper, his total plus minus of the postseason so far, plus 317. That's crazy.
How is it? Where are you seeing that? I'm saying, I guess it might be a different plus
That's
minus because like
I think it's total. I
okay,
don't
because his
know.
like his actual plus minus it's still only
I think
Victor
it's just
Wembanyama has a
added
higher
on.
plus minus right now. Victor Wembanyama's is plus 12 and a half. Dylan Harper's is 8. Um
Yeah, so I think they add
which
so like
is
on StatMuse, it says Dylan
mhm,
Harper's plus minus for the entire season.
okay.
It says is a plus 464. So I don't know. I'm guessing. Yeah, I don't know how they're
Yeah, I don't know
doing
how they're
that,
doing that
but
math,
I think they're
but
just
still
adding them
good.
all up. Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah,
still
I
good.
mean, he's plus 8 in the playoffs. It's second best to Victor Wembanyama. SGA is a minus 2 right now
Yeah,
for
I
this
love it.
series. So, um, I also am starting to not like Alex Caruso at all. It was just like ever since that game
It's
1 where they lost and they were like pushing the camera away, and it's like, dude, you're at this point, you guys are always on the dancing on the doing your Jared McCain like TikTok
Oh,
dances and stuff, and the camera. We don't have to talk about all
it
that,
makes me
but
sick.
um, but like, and then when you lose or like get the camera out of my like, you need to just eat it. Um, so and Chet's playing like ass. I don't get it. It's it it's it's a great series, and I think for a team like San Antonio who is playing really well against probably the best defensive team in the NBA,
I think
um,
so.
it says a lot. And I mean, I'm standing by it. Spurs in 7, and I think they're going to do it. I feel pretty
It's what I
confident.
wanted. It's not what I thought was going to happen, but it's definitely what I
Yeah,
wanted.
yeah. I mean, looking just at the series stats altogether, I mean, it's all super close. The Spurs are averaging 111 points a game, Thunder 110.
Yeah,
Spurs a couple more rebounds. Like, there's nothing that I'm looking at that's kind of like, oh, like this team is playing much better. It's a very even series, which I think we've been
yeah,
seeing. That's why it's 2
yeah,
2.
for sure. Yeah. So I
So
looked it up to
mhm.
yeah, kind of clarify this. So yeah, Wimby is averaging 12.6 plus minus, and Harper's averaging 13.9. It
Is
says in
that
their
in the
playoffs. Oh,
playoffs?
this is in his playoffs. Yeah, for his career,
Yeah,
which would obviously be this year.
this year. Yeah, it's great. He's playing
13.9.
really
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Listen, I would not, I can't argue Dylan or Khan or Cooper over Khan
I
or Cooper.
think
Like,
like you and I, what we talked about with Khan, I think he just gassed out.
yeah, it's a long season, and I think especially when you're talking about a team like the Hornets who had a really shitty start, and you had to play everybody all the time to even get
Hmm.
back into the play-in contention. It just takes a toll, man. And like he
Yeah,
hurt his back doing something, and you just fizzle out. So I think, we'll see. Rest and recovery for during the off season. And I think the Hornets, I mean, we can talk about this later in the summer, but they'll be a playoff team for sure.
I think
Next
so.
year, depending on how some things go. So, cool. We'll probably see a team finally being in the finals after a very long layoff, which is the Knicks.
Yeah.
Um, and then we'll continue keep watching the Western Conference Finals. Great. Let's move on. So we not only are we NFL, NBA, MLB fans, we also love college football.
Hmm.
Chad, known ASU fan. I went to East Carolina University. I will always root for them. I've lived in Austin for the past 5 years. My fiance went to UT. My brother went to UT. I will cheer for UT, of course. ECU's number one in my heart, though. But we're going to talk about the Big 12. We're going to talk about the SEC, and we're going to talk who we think, as of right now, heading into the summer. A lot of things can change. Who we think are going to be like the top 4, 5 teams in these conferences. So, Chad, we'll start with the Big 12. Um, how do you kind of see it shaking out in the top 4?
So, I mean, I feel like you have to lead off with Texas Tech. They're going to be favored to win it. They just spend so much money. It's ridiculous. And I think it's going to come down to I liked the way Houston ended last year was nuts. So I think it for me the top four is going to be Texas Tech, BYU, Houston, and then I got to go ASU. Utah's good, but uh, I don't know, but I don't have any faith in Arizona. I hate Arizona, so I'm not going to say anything good about them. But I think if Cutter Boley can play well, ASU picked up Omarion Miller and Reed Harris, which those are two perfect names. Yeah, I think that ASU can be good. I mean, a lot of people left. I think what I read is there are only two starters are coming back from last year, and which is tough. But I trust Kenny, so we're gonna see.
Yeah, I don't have ASU anywhere in the top 5.
You don't have
Here,
ASU love at all.
no, never will. But here's the thing: I had Texas Tech number 1. Here's how I have it shaking out right now. I think BYU wins the conference.
Okay.
Then I think Texas Tech. Um, and this is kind of where it gets kind of weird. Like,
Yeah.
I could see Arizona being 3rd. I could see them being 4th.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm serious. And here's why. I think that it is invaluable to have a quarterback coming back after being quarterback for so long. And I think, what's his name? Noah Fifita.
Yeah.
I think he's good. And I think when you
he's
have a
good.
good
He's all right.
quarterback, and especially when you have a quarterback that's in a system and he knows the guys and he's decent, I think that can take you a long way in college football, especially in this conference where you're kind of known for not being a good defensive conference. So if you can put up points, cool, man. So BYU, Texas Tech. I'm not going to put Arizona 3rd. I'll put Houston 3rd. So I think they won 10 games last year.
Houston?
So yes.
Houston won. They were 10-3.
Okay. Yep. And then they still have Connor Wegman, the quarterback, who played really well coming from Texas A&M. So I think he'll be good. And then 4th could be Arizona. 5, I think Utah.
Where do you have ASU at?
I have them under. This sounds weird, but I have them under Oklahoma State and TCU. I think they'll be
You're
like 8th.
sick.
I think they'll
are
be 8th.
sick in the
I think
head.
it'll be 8th. You lost a top 10 NFL draft receiver. Okay. You lost Sam Levitt.
Sam Levitt's a bum. Get him out of here.
No. And here's the other thing is like
that shit pissed me off.
Cutter Boley didn't pan out in Kentucky, SEC school. I just like okay, you'll have to prove it to me, essentially. So like
it's
if
ASU ends up type thing,
yeah, if ASU ends up doing really well, then we'll get back on the podcast when the season starts and we're halfway through, and I'll eat my words if Cutter Boley plays well. I just think, I don't know. I mean, we can have Andrew, our other potential co-host, whenever he gets a mic and a camera on. He's a big Kentucky fan. His thoughts on Cutter Boley.
But is Kentucky ever known for football? Like, let's be honest.
No.
So saying that Cutter Boley didn't pan out in Kentucky, I mean, come on now.
The way I'm thinking about it is just like SEC. Like if you can be decent in that. I mean, like Vanderbilt wasn't really known as a big powerhouse, and then Diego Pavia's like came in and did wonders. So, it has a lot to do. Anyways, I think so with Texas Tech. I think they would be the runaway number 1 if not for Brendan Sorsby getting in the gambling addiction stuff.
Yeah.
So now they're like up in the air. Yeah, with the quarterback stuff. So we'll see how it goes. I think BYU is going to win it.
Okay.
I feel pretty good about that. It could easily be Texas Tech, but with the quarterback situation being weird, I just don't know. And ASU is just down there. They'll have to prove it to me. Prove it to me, Cutter Boley. I don't know.
I hope he does.
Yeah.
I hope we come back on here. You can just eat it.
Same. So let's let's move on. We'll talk more about it later, but let's talk more. Let's get into the SEC.
Okay.
Um, Big things ahead in the SEC. It's going to be super interesting, um, especially with Lane Kiffin going to LSU, Ole
Mhm.
Miss retaining Trinidad Chambliss, Kawan Lacey, the quarterback. Um, Texas A&M is still going to be there. So let's talk through your top 4 or 5 who you think are going to
I think
be in this season.
this well, it's I can see Texas and Georgia swapping 1 and 2 either way. It for me it depends on how Archie plays. And if he plays how he's supposed to, I think Texas is going to be really hard to beat. Um but yeah, so I have it uh Texas, Georgia, and then I think it's between um A&M or Bama.
Okay.
Uh and then I have um Ole Miss and LSU.
Wow. You don't think LSU
That
is going to make any noise?
I think that's just a recency hatred
Yeah.
that I have.
Yeah.
I hope Sam Levitt is ass. I do. Uh, I literally hope he's ass. I hope he goes there and just gets blown up.
All
So
right.
yeah,
Okay.
what's your predictions there, my friend?
Uh, so I think Arch bounces back, and I think
Mm-hmm.
Texas will win the SEC. He didn't have any protection last year. I mean, the offensive line was so bad. He didn't have the weapons that I think they thought they had
Yeah,
last year, and also the run game was horrendous. Um, we'll see. They got Cam Coleman, the wide receiver from Auburn,
that's right.
which I think is gonna be ridiculous. I think he's amazing. I
He's
think
so good.
he's yeah, I mean, he'll be a early first round draft pick. Um, which I think it'll be interesting. They also got Will Muschamp as a defensive coordinator. He was there a while ago. He's back, and I think that kind of changes things for that defense. Um, and they got better on the offensive line. Super important. And I think Arch will have a bounce back year, and he'll probably go top 3 in the NFL draft. Um, Number 2 is interesting for me because I don't know. I don't like Georgia, but
Mm-hmm.
you can't kind of just push them to the wayside, even though everybody's always getting arrested for driving
Oh,
offenses.
always.
So I'll put them at 2 for now.
Okay.
I it's like one of those teams where you're just like they're always going
It's
to
like
be
he's
around
yeah.
there. Yeah, and they'll probably make the playoffs and all of that. So I'll put them at 2. Gunnar Stockton's still going to be the quarterback, so I think there's a familiarity there. Already talked about like if you bring a quarterback back for after a couple years or even after playing for a year, I think it's a huge advantage, especially with everybody always transferring these days.
Yeah.
Um, I think Ole Miss will be number 3. I like them. I like Trinidad Chambliss.
Trinidad
I
is
th-
good.
yeah, and I think they have kind of a chip on their shoulder, especially with Lane Kiffin leaving the way he did. Um, and I just think like I don't know. I like them. So I'm gonna have them at 3, and then I'm gonna have Texas A&M at 4, and then I'm gonna have
Okay.
LSU at 5. Um, you know,
You have Bama after you have Bama at 6?
yeah,
Okay.
yep. Bama's like I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like
Nick
Bama's
Saban
kind of
left.
dropped. Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't we can do a deep dive
I
at
can't
these
argue with
team
that.
schedules. Yeah, we'll do a
Yeah.
deep dive at their schedules later in the pod, but just based off everything that we know right now, not even looking at the schedule, this is how I see it shaking out. I think Oklahoma could like maybe do something. Their defense is always going to be good, especially with Brent Venables as a head coach. So it'll be interesting. But like looking through the rest of this list, I just can't see any other team doing well. I know Andrew in Kentucky has high hopes um, with Will Stein or Steen. I don't know how you say his last
Yeah.
name, but He was the Oregon offensive coordinator. So it'll be really interesting. But that's kind of how I see it shaking out, at least in the top 5.
Yeah.
Texas wins. So we can get more
That's
into
gonna
that.
be that's gonna be
It'll be,
tough.
yeah, it'll be super interesting. SEC is always crazy. We'll talk
Yeah.
Big Ten in the next podcast. We could also talk
Well, I
about
feel
the
like you
newly
always
formed
forget
Pac-12.
about Florida being good.
Well, because Florida hasn't been good in so
I
long.
know. Do you remember when Auburn used to pop?
Yep, Auburn would randomly pop.
Yep.
I mean, well, Mississippi State has never really popped.
Mizzou, no.
Arkansas, I don't know. I mean, it's a loaded
When
conference
South
for sure.
Carolina's good, they're fun to watch.
Yeah, and they were supposed to be good last year,
Yeah,
but
Tennessee's always has a chance to be good. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough.
yeah, it's like one of those conferences now that kind of like eats each other, and it's kind of like survival of the fittest at some point.
100%.
So, well, and it's the same with the Big Ten. So we'll see. Okay, last segment we're going to get into. We're going to move into some NFL free agency talk. So, Chad, I'm gonna go through just a couple of like the top free agents that are
Yeah.
still around, and we can talk about who we think they should go to and who would be the best fit. Um, so the first one I want to talk about is a defensive player,
Okay.
um, and I don't. There's no way he has a team right now, unless I'm
No, who is it?
completely wrong. Joey Boza. So,
That's what
um,
I thought too. Yeah.
yeah. So you would I would have expected him to be on a team already.
Yeah. I
So
was shocked to see him on this list.
yeah, interesting. And I can start where I think he'll probably go, and I think he'll probably go play with his brother in San Francisco. Um, and that is the only reason why I think he would go there. The other
Yeah.
team I think that would benefit would be the Bengals. Um, they need defense. They lost Trey Hendrickson.
Mhm.
Um, no, they drafted a few defensive guys, but I think that would be a really good fit for him as well. What about you?
I agree. My first thought was going to be San Fran. I mean he's 31, so it's kind of on that tail end. I would say you only get a few opportunities, if any, to play in the NFL with your brother.
Mhm.
So I think let alone just for that, and I think it would make the Niners defense even better. The key thing is just him not getting hurt, which doesn't seem very likely at this point. But yeah, I mean, when he's healthy, he's good. I think it would make that team so much better. And for the Bengals, they need the help on defense. If they are going to win that conference, like I think they are, they need some help.
Yeah. Um, and I think he'd be a good fit there. I I mean, the Boza brothers seem like they're kind of hurt a lot of the time. I know Nick is less kind of injury prone than
Yeah,
Joey, but um, I think having both of those dudes on the defensive line on each side would be obviously big help.
yeah,
Edge rushers are at a premium in the NFL, and I think if you can get the most of them on your team that are decent, it'll be good. Pretty pretty crazy one here, especially with all the things going on in his personal life. Stephon Diggs,
yeah,
which didn't really, to me at least, it didn't really feel like he was such a huge difference maker on the Patriots, even though he
yeah,
was a very like, he had 85 receptions last year, which he was the clear cut number one on the Patriots.
yeah.
Um, it just didn't seem like he was a huge difference maker like we think a number one wide receiver would be. Um, I was kind of thinking about where I think he would be a good fit, and for some reason, I think the Ravens might
Ravens
might
need someone like him.
yeah. Just they just need some like I don't know if Zay Flowers is a number one. Um, I think he would fit right in. I was thinking about how toxic it would be if he was on the Steelers with DK as
Oh my
well, and how
god.
crazy that would be. It would be
Yeah,
so funny. Um, but um, I know some people think that he should go to a team where he's like a number two, like the Rams
hmm
or something. But
or go
um,
back home. I can see him. I'd like to fit back in Minnesota.
Maybe.
It would
Yeah.
take so much off of him. Like, I mean, you're gonna cover Jettas, and
Yeah.
he's got one on one for the entire game.
I just don't know if they would do that, especially with Jordan Addison there.
I don't think they will, but I'm just saying that'd be nuts. I think it'd be
So
good.
would you say Vikings?
I would like the Vikings. Who else needs? Honestly, I don't know who else needs number two off the top of my head. The Giants. I think the Giants could use a veteran wide receiver that's solid.
Yeah, especially with Malik Neighbors potentially coming back at the
Yeah.
early in the season. I don't know. So yeah, I just don't know. I feel like he probably wants to go to a winner. So I don't know if the
Really?
Giants would be. Yeah, I think so,
Yeah.
but we'll see. A couple more. So I'm saying this just because I'm a Panthers fan, but Bobby Wagner, I think if we signed him to like a minimum deal to play middle linebacker for us next year, it would be sick next to Devin Lloyd.
I think anywhere Bobby Wagner goes is going to be good. I think he's just that good of a player and has been forever. Coverage wise, not the best anymore, but he's fantastic at everything else.
Yeah, he's old, but I think he can still make a difference, and
Yeah.
um, I think he should just come to the Panthers. Those are my thoughts.
How crazy is this fall off for Debo?
Debo Samuel.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know what it is. He was looking a little chunky last year.
He was.
And I think I don't know. I don't want to like speak on this stuff, but I just think once you get money, you're some dudes
You
just
get
like,
lax.
yeah, they're like whatever. It's like Brandon Ayuk. He got paid and then he was like, I'm never gonna play again. So
Yeah.
um yeah, I don't know if he just needs to change the scenery or what, but um
Damn, I didn't know Trayvon Diggs was a free agent.
yeah, but like
I'm
he had that
saying I
one good
didn't even.
year.
Yeah, one good year. Clowney's
That's
a
why he
free
hasn't been
agent.
picked up. Von Miller, Nick Chubb. I mean, there's a lot of guys that probably have like one decent year in
Hassan
them.
Reddick. Yeah.
Jadeveon Clowney. Um, but I do
Should
think
bring
like if we're
the
to
Russell Wilson to the Panthers.
Russell Wilson, we have Kenny Pickett. We don't need
All right.
Russell Wilson anymore. But the main guys, Stephon Diggs, Joey Bosa.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Debo, but there's not a lot of remaining free agents that I think could make a difference. And I mean,
I don't
Cameron
think so.
Jordan, I guess, but like he's old too. So
He was almost 40.
I mean, if we're talking like guys who still have a year left in them, those were kind of the guys that we were talking about. And I do think Bobby Wagner, if he came to the Panthers, it would be huge and I would love
Yeah.
it.
I can't believe Mekhi Becton had so much potential. I mean, he's only 27 still,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what's going on with that man.
He was he on the Jets? Well, he got drafted by the Jets, I think.
He was on the Jets, and last year he was on the Chargers.
So he was drafted by the Jets, went to the Chargers,
He was
and now he's a
released.
free agent.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he's only
Let's see.
27.
Or was he on the Eagles? How many teams has this dude been on? Let's take a look. This is interesting. So he was picked to the Jets, round 1, pick 11 in 2020. So 2020, he's been on 3 teams. Interesting. Right? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, listen to this.
So
I'm on PFF.
Okay.
And his overall grade for last year was ranked 79th out of 81 guards.
What?
35.7 was his overall grade.
Oh,
Pass blocking grade was 72nd out of 81. run block grade was 81st out of 81.
Where was he drafted? What?
Not good, Jim.
What round?
11th, first round.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
that is a definition of a bust.
not good, not good.
Yeah.
So there's a reason why these guys are, I mean, especially somebody like this is still a free agent, you know, because people swoop up good guards really quickly, good offensive linemen in general. So it'll be interesting. Okay. Short pod, nothing really else going on.
Nope.
Excited. I think the next time we the next time we pod, we'll have a good idea of kind of how the NBA finals are going to shape out. And then maybe we'll talk a little World Cup because it's coming soon.
And some baseball.
D-backs
on
we
a
need
roll
to talk
right now.
baseball. Yeah, we need to talk some baseball. I admittedly am not the biggest follower of baseball, but I know my shit, so we can talk a little bit about that. Cool. Any last words? Or are you good?
I'm good. You?
Awesome. Yeah, I'm good. I'm excited for college. A lot of things coming. College football 27.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
You know, it's coming in a couple months, so we could talk through that once a lot of that stuff is revealed. I don't know anything. So thanks everybody for listening, watching.
Appreciate it.
Check us out on Instagram, Game Pulse Pod, TikTok, all that. YouTube, do it. Appreciate it. Have a good day. Bye.
See ya.